are the ones being bullied. And this is the thing that I don't like. If you're going to bully someone and you can't hold it on your own, then don't bully people, because then you're going to be crying that you get bullied back, saying she bullies us for no reason. Because there's all those videos where people will cry wolf, like the little boy who cried wolf, and say I bullied them when I didn't even bully you. You started with me first, like that one girl. One white tea woman that came on here and started body shaming me, and then when I said something about her nose, all of a sudden everyone wanted to say she was Jewish, even though she didn't have Jewish in her bio. And how would I have known that? And not even herself said she was Jewish, and here people come defending this woman who body shamed me first. She should have never body shamed me. I didn't do anything to her. Then it sparked an argument with a supporter because their suggestion was to just get off the internet. This girl just body shamed me, and then I was trying not to be rude, but I got pissed off because that's people's reactions. But when someone's doing something to me, you don't police them. And it was literally making fun of my looks too that bothered me, because it's a white woman making fun of my looks, and I'm a person of color who is black. And we all know that when you make fun of someone's looks that pertain to their race, what's funny about it? The same looks that you go get lip injections, you get surgeries to look like black women, you get fake big butts filled with plastic in it, and you get these big lips, and you want to come on this app and make fun of the very women that you get their looks by surgery, and you're mad. And I know why some white women are mad, because they don't have natural. They have to go get surgery. We don't have to get surgery for that. It's a jealousy.
It makes me ashamed when I travel the world.
They literally don't like black women, and they're jealous because black women don't have to get surgeries. Black women, like darker black women, I'm a black woman, but you know, darker skinned black women with big lips and big butts, right? Literally got bullied for that in school, for their big lips, everything that pertains to them. And you want to come on this app and make fun of another black woman and body shame her and make fun of her, and I'm supposed to just sit here and take that? And then I'm not supposed to say anything, but when I say something about her nose, she wants to use her tears, which literally, she didn't ask no one to be Captain Save-A-Ho, but here comes people being Captain Save-A-Ho to literally defend her after she bullied me first, unprovoked, mind you, because something triggered her. You know what triggered her? Her colonization skills. That's what triggered her, because she's used to being a colonizer. She doesn't like the fact that for once white women are not the forefront of anything. She's jealous of black women. She doesn't like the fact that the attention was not about her, and she gets mad. And every time white women get mad, they love to talk about black women's looks like it's tee-hee-hee. But when someone comes for you, I'm this, I'm that, you're making fun of me because of this, and you're making fun of me because of that. No one's making fun of you because of that. You started with me first. If you're gonna start with me and I'm not allowed to finish, what did you think when you was gonna come on my page? What did you think this was? I was just gonna let you just roast me and just take that? No, I don't have to take the disrespect. And I hate when people say, you always hate on white women. It's not all white women. But some white women need to understand to stop crying over stuff that literally you need to do it yourselves. Like, seriously, you cry about everything because you're not the center of attention. The world does not revolve around you, Becky, Sarah, Savannah. Like, the world does not revolve around you. Beauty standards revolve around you, and we get made fun of for our looks that pertain to our race. Well, you don't have to do absolutely nothing. Like the white guy that went absolutely viral, Axel, I think his name was, for doing nothing but filming a small apartment, and he instantly got modeling contracts. All of this handed to him. A white woman literally just like using a filter, Leah, and then all of a sudden, and she's famous just for literally staring at a camera. But yet we get made fun of for our looks, and you want to sit here and I'm supposed to be like tee-hee-hee and like just let her disrespect me and not say anything? You thought wrong. I'm tired. I got pushed in school. I got bullied. I didn't stick up for myself. Now that I do so, I'm tone policed. You can't say this. This kind of bothered me a little bit. You can't say that. But what about the people that say stuff to me? If she ever comes out and tries to be an activist, I'm going to be like, no, she made fun of my looks. She's this, she's that. People are not going to see you as anything but performative. Don't ever speak about Black Lives Matter this when you made fun of a black woman. And then say, who's we? Because this is the thing that I hate so much too. Earlier when people was like, who's we? You know who we is. And if you don't know who we is, then you better know what anti-black is, because clearly you're spewing it. To sit here and see someone that doesn't look black, and we do this all the time, and say you're not black enough. I will never get that anti-blackness from this community. You're not even helping yourselves on the bigotry part. A lot of black women and black people are so homophobic, so transphobic, so this, so that. Anti-black up the wazoo. You've got light-skinned people being blatantly colorist, and then on top of that you got all this hatred, vitriol, and people fighting each other instead of fighting against white supremacy. I will never understand it. I don't understand why people came to the defense of her when she was talking down on me, and then it just annoyed me because everyone was defending her. And it really shows who you all were as people. Every single person was literally showing their anti-blackness or racism by defending her, and I hate when people do that. I didn't deserve that. It was unprovoked. And if she didn't like what I had to say, she could have clearly got up and left. She's a grown adult that doesn't learn how to use her words in a way that was not disrespectful. And if she didn't like what I had to say, she could have left. She could have left. She could have left alive. She didn't have to body shame me or talk about my looks, and then people come to her defense. And y'all are so performative. You're the same people talking about free Palestine, but then you talk down on people of color and you're anti-black. Okay, so if you're gonna make fun of me and my looks, and you're literally gonna say I'm not black enough, then what does that say about the people in Palestine that literally you're trying to protect and defend, but you're sitting here being very anti-black? Then it's performative. That means you really truly don't care about Palestinians when you do that, because you seem to forget that there are some Palestinians, especially a lot of them, that are people of color. What are we doing? You don't realize that you have a greater effect with your words on other people. People seem to forget because they exclude certain people. You forget that Palestinians are people of color. Some of them are black people. And you forget that, but you don't think outside of America. You don't think in other countries. You think inside of America, like you think inside of the box. And when you say stuff like that, it side-eyes me like, oh, you're very performative, because if you're talking like this about someone's blackness, what do you think about Palestinians? Because clearly you're not for free Palestine if you're doing that. You don't realize that your words affect more people than you know. You don't realize that. And if you don't get what I'm talking about, Google it. There are lots of people of color in other countries. When you do that and you're showing your anti-blackness, it affects what was I gonna say? It affects how you support Palestine, in a sense of like, if you're being anti-black, like, and this is the thing that is being called out amongst the community, is the anti-blackness, being anti-black because black people or black women in specifics won't do more for Palestine when they said we're tired, we don't want to, because of the anti-black, a lot of people were calling out anti-black, and then they started getting attacked for that. And instead of calling out the anti-black, people were attacking the people calling out the anti-black. This is a whole thing going on between non-black people that are literally saying some stuff surrounding Palestine, right? When you do that and you're anti-black, it is seen as performative for any protest. If you go to protest Palestine, you're seen as performative because you were just anti-black. You cannot do half and half of something. Social justice warriors they don't call out like social justice things and then turn around and start being anti-black. Because if that's the case, they're not a social justice warrior, because they're not following the guidelines of social justice warriors, right? When you're a social justice warrior, you have to call everything out, and you can't actively be ableist, homophobic, transphobic, colorist, any of that, anti-black, nothing, because then it negates the cause you're fighting for. People are not going to see you as someone who should be fighting for this cause because you are anti-black. You're just going to be looked at as performative. Imagine if I was walking around being anti-black to people and in the same breath saying free Palestine. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And some of y'all have a hard time understanding what I'm saying. And if it's hard, it's because you have not learned or educated yourself enough. I don't know what to tell you. If it hurts you and you're like, huh? Like, of course, you are seen as performative because you can't be behind a whole movement that is for people of color. People forget Palestinians. There are lots, or if not some, of Palestinians who are black or people of color. People forget that. And when you're being anti-black, it's negating what the cause that you are fighting for, because why are you fighting for people of color when you were just being anti-black, and people that are black are also people of color? It doesn't make sense. That's like putting a $5 bill in the machine when it says it only took 20s, but you still did it anyways. And then you want to say, well, I knew it took 20s, but I wanted to put $5 because I thought maybe that would help anyways, even though it said it would took 20s, hoping that maybe it would work, and it never worked. It does not make sense, because some of y'all literally, and here's the thing, those of y'all, and I'll put it this way, those of y'all who are saying Black Lives Matter and you were not black and you're being anti-black are very performative, because you can't sit here and say Black Lives Matter but then turn around and be anti-black. Then do you really care about Black Lives Matter? No, you don't really care about Black Lives Matter because you were sitting there being anti-black and now all of a sudden Black Lives Matter? But did it matter when you were being anti-black? Did it? Did it matter when you were being racist? Because I don't think it did. You know why some people are sick of me? Because they hate hearing the truth. They don't like to hear it from someone they don't like. You know I'm right. You don't like to hear what I'm saying from me because it's me. If it was anybody else saying this, you wouldn't be saying, huh? You wouldn't be like, you would understand it. You would get it. It is just the simple fact that it's coming from someone that people don't like. Like this account that literally has the N-word and has probably been commenting that for a while and no one called that out. But we're all focused on what I'm saying. It just proves my point. Some of y'all. And I don't know how TikTok allows that, probably because they have all of that over the letters. That's the thing, people don't like what I have to say because, what truth have I said? First of all, here's the thing. If you don't feel like it's the truth, it's because you don't like being called out. A lot of people don't like being called out on their behavior. The truth is if you feel some type of way, it's about you. You don't feel it's true because you're that person that puts yourself in the conversation when it is a generalized conversation for anybody. And if you feel a type of way, it's because it's about you. See, if it wasn't about you, you wouldn't feel, you feel it's not truth because you're telling yourself, I'm not this person. But when you insert yourself, then people are going to look at you like, oh, you are, because you wouldn't have got that hot and heated over something that's not about you, right? If it's not about non-black people being performative or a performative activist or performative anything, it shouldn't really affect you. This conversation shouldn't be like, what truth? Because you're putting yourself into the equation. Like if I was speaking as if it was you. And when you're seeing yourself like that, you can't see yourself as performative. But again, if it's not about you, it's not about you. People don't have to respond to things. The truth of the matter is that you hate to hear it from people you don't like. If someone that you didn't like gave you advice that was really good, but you're kind of like agitated and aggravated at the fact that it was someone you didn't like, but it was really good advice, and you're like, they gave me really good advice, but I hate them so much. That's what it is.